Hello, little witchlings and princelings, and welcome to your weekly coven summoning. My name is Ulsa,
And my name is Stacy.
and we're
Caffeine and Conjuring, a fantasy bookish podcast where we will discuss some of our favorite fantasy reads.
If you've been keeping up with our episodes, we're currently reading Sarah J. Maas's Throne of Glass in the publication order. We're currently discussing Book 2, which is Crown of Midnight, so please read the entirety of Crown of Midnight before listening to this episode if you don't want any spoilers, as we're coming to a close this episode.
The final 7 chapters. And they're jam-packed. Big-ass spoilers.
Big spoilers. And speaking of spoilers, we try and keep our social medias as spoiler-free as possible, so please keep that in mind if you're interacting in our comment sections. So we ended off the last episode with Selena going through the portal after Kale and Fleetfoot, and they go into this great visual description. She's coming through with her hood up, she has her blades, she has bangs and pointy ears, and Selena is Faye.
Shock.
Oh, so good. So good.
Yeah. That was a great... She described that whole scene so well.
Yeah, it was so well
that was
done.
incredible. Yeah.
So, chapter 50. Selena can't control all of her power, and she's trying to get Kale to get the fuck out. She's throwing fireballs like crazy at the creature, but it's dodging everything. Once Kale and Fleetfoot are finally safe, she goes full-on superhero, channeling all her energy into Damaris and stabbing it into the ground. This causes the ground to crumble around her, and the monster is just like, okay, peace.
I'm out.
But using all that magic fully drains Selena, and she passes out right as she gets back into the portal. Kale, being Mr. Helpful, always there to catch her when she falls, literally, scoops her up and carries her back through the portal before it closes. Dorian shows up again, and he's just like, what the fuck is going on? And why did Selena knock me out? And while this is happening, Kale's just like, close the portal, Selena. And she's fully drained. Just like, no, only Dorian can do it.
This was like quite interesting, like going back and forth, because Dorian is just stood there like, what the hell am I looking at? Kale is like, oh my god, close it. Selena is like, I can't, Dorian. It feels like it just sounds so comical in my head.
So, Selena, she uses some of Dorian's blood to do a crazy spell, and the portal fades back into the stone wall. Selena's still exhausted, but she starts thinking about Archer, and she's pissed. She takes off out of the chamber before Kale can stop her.
Oh boy. Old Archer is gonna get it.
By our favorite Faye! The Faye are back,
oh my
baby!
god, amazing. Yep. So chapter 51, she is on a warpath. She's following Archer. She's furious with him, obviously. He's caused so much pain just for revenge and power. They end up in the castle sewers, and Archer jumps her from behind. He tries to justify killing Nehemia, saying she would have messed up their plans and that they need to team up to stop the king. And this whole thing is just, put such a bad taste in my mouth for Archer. Like, he was so slimy.
Yeah, he is just a seedy, slimy, nasty fucker.
Yeah. I thought he was going to end up being a good guy when he was brought into the story. Like, his history with Selena, and now this. Mm. While they're going back and forth, he makes the big mistake of bringing up Sam, and Selena just loses it.
Yeah.
She knocks him down. She holds a dagger to his throat, and he's begging for his life because he's a little shit. But she wants him to pay. But she remembers Nehemia's words about not letting her light go out. And she's just like, as much as she doesn't want to do it, she lets Archer go. She warns him that he and his rebel buddies need to skip town tonight, or she'll end him. She was fully ready to let him go. And at this point, I'm just yelling at her like, what the fuck? This is a bad idea. This is not going to go well. And Archer says he knew she was a good person deep down. And then Selena was just like, oh no. She then proceeds to stab him through the heart and says, I'm not, but Nehemia was.
Oh, I love her.
So, yeah.
I love her so much.
Yeah. I'm so happy that she did not let Archer go. Because...
yeah, it's so nice seeing a character let out their female rage.
Yes. Yes.
Just wishing you
we
could
need
do the
more
same.
of it.
So that brings us into chapter 52, and Kale is walking into the sewer tunnel just in time to hear Archer begging for his life and sees Selena kill him. Of course he sees Mr.
Yep.
Anti-Kill. Anti-assassin man.
But he's doing better, though.
He is. I'll give him that. He is better. A little bit. When Selena sees Kale, she has a moment where she's like, alright, he deserves an explanation. Finally.
Yeah.
Imagine being Kale, though, just having no idea what the fuck is going on. All of a sudden, she has fangs and ears, and Dorian's using power, and he's just like, what in the name of God is going on? So we're back in Selena's room, and a healer is bandaging up Fleetfoot's leg, and then Dorian's head. So after Selena gets cleaned up, she then explains everything to Kale. Her Fae ancestry from her great-grandmother, her ability to become either human or Fae, and how she lost it when magic disappeared. She also tells them about the word marks, spells, portals, Elena's tomb, Cain, and the Ritaract. But she does leave out the king and the word keys. Like, girl, you're telling them everything. Just tell them.
Yeah. What was her reason for not letting him know about the king and the word keys? Was it just because she thought like his safety?
Yeah, I think so. I think she was worried for his safety, but him knowing too much. And probably doesn't want to make the man explode.
Yeah.
So, Kale, he swears he won't tell a soul, and at this point, she starts to tell him about Archer and how he hired Grave to kill Nehemia and frame Kale. She apologizes profusely for attacking him and says she can't trust him. He tries to comfort her a little bit, but she just walks away. So then we jump to Kale, who's trying to wrap his poor little head around everything that Selena just told him, knowing that she's still holding some things back. He's especially confused about Dorian and how he has magic. He realizes just how much danger Selena's in, being so close to the king. He goes to his father and suggests that the king send Selena to Wendelin to assassinate the royal family. In exchange for his father's help convincing the king, Kale promises to return to Aniel.
Oh my god. He's willing to give up everything.
Yeah. And, like, he doesn't, like, he left his family. He didn't want that to be his future, but he did have like a rough past with his dad. But it's been years since he's been home. So he
Mm-hmm.
doesn't know what his dad is like now. And this is the kind of case where it's like the devil you know is better than the devil you don't.
Yeah, that's true. My poor boy. Chapter 53, Selena fills Dorian in on most of what she told Kale. She also mentions how he used his magic to fling the creature across the room, but Dorian admits he still can't control it. Selena suggests there might be someone in Elena's tomb who can help him. And she means Mort. Dorian expresses his gratitude for her friendship, and Selena can't help but wonder if the noble court that Nehemia dreamed of might actually be possible. Now, this chapter was really interesting because we actually get the king's point of view. He's in his council room, and he's thinking about Kale's idea to send Selena to Wendelin. And he's all about the ruthlessness of it. Like, he's tickled pink about sending her off.
Yeah.
Yeah. And 5 of his council members agree with it. He wishes Parrington was there to hear this and could help him figure out who opened the portal the other night. So we're getting a little bit of information that nobody else knows but the king. So we know that Parrington is off. No, sorry. Everybody already knew that. But yeah, so he sensed the portal that Selena opened. He sensed that being opened and closed. He doesn't know who did it because Kane is gone. And as far as he knew, Kane was the only one who could open it.
Yeah.
He also knows that Baba Yellowlegs is dead, which is a huge bummer for him because he brought her to the carnival or to the castle specifically to talk to her. About what? Who knows? The POV shift is a pretty big deal because we do see firsthand just how powerful he is with him sensing the portal and learning that Parrington is in Calicula Mines dealing with an uprising. So that was a bit of information there that we didn't know prior to the king's point of view. Mm-hmm. So just absolute confirmation he is evil as shit. As if we needed that POV to confirm it, but still.
Yeah.
When Selena's called to the council room and Kale explains the plan, she's supposed to go to Wendelin, kill the royal family, steal the military plan so Ardalan can invade. Selena plays along, saying it would be an honor. The king tells her she leaves tomorrow. Selena's pacing her room. She's trying to figure out what to do. She goes to the tomb and finds Elena waiting for her. She tells the queen she can't go to Wendelin, but Elena suggests that being closer to the Fae might be exactly what Kale wants for her. So Elena encourages her to go and forget about the king and the word keys for now, and Selena wonders if Nehemia somehow set up her own death, knowing it would be more helpful than staying alive, but Elena tells her to just let it go. So this brings me back to when we first... That chapter, I think it was chapter 25, was like the short chapter that was just about the queen and the princess, and like nobody knew, like it was very, I don't know, it was like very coded almost. But like I had that inkling that it was Nehemia and it was Elena.
Yeah.
And that, you know, her death, that she knew that that was where her
story was going to end.
Yeah, where she had to go, she had to die for these other things to start taking place. So Selena is starting to think that as well now, that Nehemia, she knew that this is what had to happen. Which is devastating. So rotted that we only got 2 books of Nehemia.
I know, as soon as you
or
said
a book and a half.
During Throne of Glass and like partway through, you're like, oh, Nehemia is my favorite. I'm just like,
right.
Oh, honey.
I have a hard time believing that characters that die are actually dead. So I'm still like, I'm still okay for now.
Yeah, I had 2 oh honey moments with you in book 1. One was you liking Nehemia the most, and then your
Yeah.
other one was liking Kale the most. Because you immediately started to see, like, all the hate towards Kale.
Yep. Yep.
And you're like, why does
I don't
everyone
care.
hate him? And I'm just like,
I don't care. I still love him. Oh. Oh my God. Where does chapter 54 bring us?
So, Kale tries to make a quick exit from the council meeting, but Dorian stops him, demanding to know why he's sending Selena away. Kale...
This part was so hard to read.
I know. Kale hides his true motives, saying that it's safer for her to be out of the castle, and Dorian warns him that Selena will never forgive him for this. Kale knows, though, it'll be easier to leave Rifthold if Dorian wants him gone, so he tells his friend it's time to step up and be a leader, and walks away.
My God, poor Dorian.
The amount of heartbreak that poor
Everybody's
man
leaving
goes
him.
through in this series, Ugh.
Yeah.
So we then cut to Selena, who's visiting Nehemia's grave and pours her heart out to her friend. She admits that she's been a coward and promises to stop running from who she really is and the task Elena gave her. She vows to stop the king, free Ilwe, and help Nehemia's father reclaim his throne. To seal her promise, she cuts her palm and presses it to the ground, sending a message to Nehemia in the afterlife. I think this is where you started to get suspicious of what the big reveal was going to be. And I haven't fully watched the video yet to know if it was this chapter where you asked me the question, but I think it was. Because of the wording.
What did I ask?
Huh?
What was it that I asked?
I can't say it yet, but it was your theory for the end reveal.
Oh, okay. Okay. Mm-hmm.
But I think that's where you asked me that because of the wording.
Yeah, there's a good chance. Yeah.
Gaslit.
I just wanted to read out like the last little bit of it because it's just, I just found it so powerful. But she said, I promise, she whispered again, on my name, on my life, even if it takes until my last breath, I promise I will see Ilwe freed. She let her blood soak into the ground, willing it to carry the words of her oath to the other world where Nehemia was safe at last. From now on, there would be no other oaths but this, no other contracts, no other obligations. Never forgive, never forget.
My heart.
Oh. Fuck.
All right, Stacey, where does chapter 55 bring us?
Last 2 chapters. 55. Selena is now back. She's packing up her things, and Dorian pops in. He is a bit hurt that she was going to leave without saying goodbye, and she admits she thought it would be easier that way. Dorian reminds her that she'll be all alone with no one to help her, and he's going to be worried sick. She asks him to take care of Fleetfoot, and he promises he would. He also mentions he left some books in her room for safekeeping and lies about having a council meeting so he doesn't have to see her off. He's just like, oh, I have things to do.
Yeah, the poor princeling would just start bawling if he actually went out to see her off.
Yeah. Yeah. So they say their goodbyes, and Selena thanks him for everything and for being a good friend. Before Dorian leaves, she promises to come back for him. Oh my God. And then she's at the docks, and she's staring at the ship that will take her away, and she hasn't said goodbye to Kale because she has so many unanswered questions. Just as she's about to board, she hears Kale call out to her. He asks if she understands why he sent her away, and she does, but she assures him that she'll be back. Then she spills the beans about the word keys, the word gates, Baba Yellowlegs, and the riddle. She's just offloading everything now on Kale. She even tells him that the king has at least one of the keys.
This poor guy, like, the info dump he's gotten in the last, 24 hours, mind
He's
blown.
literally had 2 books worth of information just fucking dumped on him in, a day.
Imagine getting all that information. It's the 2 people that you spent all your time with had all these secrets, and you were completely fucking oblivious to it all.
Yep. The poor guy. She does give him the Eye of Elena for protection. I thought that was really...
Yeah, that was...
sweet.
Was it sweet, or was it just stupid?
Okay, well,
we know what she's going to do and what she needs to do, and she's giving away her little bit of protection. She's already leaving her 2 bodyguards, basically, and then she gives away her last little bit of...
But we have seen her be an absolute fucking badass.
Oh, yeah, so she is incredible, but she's going against magic.
Yeah. Yeah, that's fair. That's fair.
She's only just getting her Fae powers and just finding out about them. And she is going to deal with people and things that have been using magic for... I can't say.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. Yeah.
Into the unknown.
But she's...
is where we'll leave that.
So after she gives the Eye of Elena to Kale, she whispers something in his ear, and it's just, it really doesn't give us much. It doesn't say what she whispered, right?
No.
Yeah. As she's walking away, Kale tells her he loves her. My insides melted. And Selena just apologizes and then boards the ship. And Kale just watches her sail away.
You've been friend-zoned, my buddy.
Poor Kale. But yeah, she left him with something that has his mind reeling.
Going back to him finding out all this information, what he's about to realize would just send any regular person just over a cliff.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah, that would send anybody right to the psych ward.
So, chapter 56, the last chapter of Crown of Midnight, and the most exciting chapter we've read in this series so far. It's what we've been waiting for. Well, what I've been waiting for. Stacey didn't know what we were waiting for. She just knew that there was something at the end of the book.
Oh.
But this is it. So, we start off, Kale's mind is racing. What was that date Selena whispered to him? It's just a month and a day, nothing else. He rushes back to the castle and to Selena's room, hoping to find something that'll make sense of it. I'm so excited. He spots a stack of half-hidden books and opens a chronicle to the date Selena mentioned. There is an entry about the assassination of the king and queen of Terrasen. The queen's name, Evelyn Ashriver, jumps out at him. He remembers she was a princess from Wendelin, so he grabs a book on the royal family's history. He finds Aelin and her mother listed in the family tree and notices that Aelin's great-grandmother was Maeve, one of the 3 Fae sister queens. Suddenly, it all clicks. He remembers the Yulmus Ball when Selena received an arrow, a symbol of Mab, another sister queen who died and became Lady of the Hunt. The truth hits him like a ton of bricks. Selena is Aelin Ashriver Galathinius, the lost queen of Terrasen, and she's sailing towards her allies.
Holy shit.
My girl Aelin is
blown.
finally here.
I could not figure out why, like, the few things of fan art that I had seen, there were, like, multiple females with different names that looked identical. Like, where are all these blondes?
To be fair, the fan art of her brother, when we eventually get to it, they look identical as well. So you could have seen him as well.
Who is her
Aiden. That was just mentioned in the...
He was mentioned?
Where is it? Was it mentioned, or was that something I looked up?
That might have been something you looked up. I didn't know that she had a brother.
Okay, well... Okay, so this is what I wanted to get into a little bit, and this is what I wanted to ask you, because do you remember... It might have been book 1, it could have been the beginning of this book, but Dorian was researching his ancestry when he realized he had powers.
Mm-hmm.
Do you remember seeing names that were in his family?
Nothing that stuck.
Do you remember when Aelin's name first got mentioned?
No.
It was in that family tree.
So they're related? Like, I mean, I know it's far off, but they're related.
Yeah. See if I can quickly find that.
But I mean, we knew that because of Elena. Right? Like, we already pieced together that Elena and what's his face?
Dorian.
Yeah, like Elena married into it.
Yeah.
And that Aelin was also in that.
Yeah, it's just funny, like, if you don't piece it together right away when you hear Aelin's name, like that Selena is Aelin, it's like Dorian being related to Aelin was like so far back that like all this new information, like that's the last thing you're thinking of. But yeah. They distant cousins.
Sweet home
Alabama.
It's not that bad. Oh my god. Yeah, that almost gave me like flashbacks to City of Bones. Oh, that was, I think, the worst book for making you feel real icky.
Thank you, Cassandra Clare.
Yep.
Is it my brother? Is it not my brother?
Yeah. Did I kiss my brother?
Did you do more
and then
with
me
your
as
brother?
a reader being like, what am I feeling right now? I don't like this.
And the show made it even worse. Did you see the show for it, Shadowhunters?
Yes, I loved Shadowhunters.
Okay,
the first season
same,
was crap,
but
I was like addicted to it.
But they brought in, for the show, they brought in Sebastian and had him be the brother, not brother, brother this one, not brother this one. They all might be related. Jace might be related, not related. It was just like a constant swarm of like, who the fuck is related to Clary?
Yep. And then the movie that they did,
yes,
they were all like, oh my god, are they brother, are they sister? But then they like, within almost minutes, they like said, no, they're not.
Yeah.
Right? Like, this was books, like 2 separate books that we learn that they aren't actually brother and sister. Like there's a hot minute between
And like
where you still think that they
the Heavenly Fire book, because that's one of them that's included in that book is massive. Like out of that
I don't think I have
series,
that one.
like that book and then the one before it, which I think deals with the whole sibling thing, like that's massive compared to the other ones.
Yeah.
I didn't like the movie. I like the show better.
Same.
And I do not agree with the people that think that the casting from the movie was better. I love the casting for the show, and I want to protest that they redo the final season, because that ending was shit.
Yeah, it was. The only thing that I liked that I wish brought into like the series was the actor for Jace.
No, I love
I didn't
Dominic
like
Sherwood. I love him so much.
I don't mind him. Like, it was very much a passable Jace. But what's his face?
Jamie?
Yeah. I just have such a soft spot for him.
He does nothing for me.
I don't even care. I don't care about his ears. I don't care.
His ears?
Yeah, people have a weird thing about his ears.
Oh, I've never looked, but now I'm going to.
Oh, I don't know. When I seen the movie after reading the books, I was just like, this is perfect. Like, I am so pleased with Jace. He was the only one that I was pleased with. The only one.
Oh, did you see this bookish actor news? Kinda, not really news, but speaking of the Shadowhunter actors, Alexander Daddario was doing an interview, and the interviewer asked him if he were offered to play Azrael in ACOTAR, would he do it? And he's like, oh, that's that naughty book that everyone's talking about, right? Where they do all the inappropriate stuff? Yeah, I'd do that.
Yep.
I was like, please, I need Matthew Daddario as Azrael. And then I need an Azrael book. Preferably as an heiress, unless someone new gets brought in. But.
Yep, I know. Oh my god. He's perfect. He's what everybody wants.
Anyone who didn't know, I'm a big Az girly over here. Dorian, Az, and Rune are my big three.
Oh my god, Rune.
Rune Dannon, Crown Prince of the Val Baron Fae. Da, da, do, do, do.
Amazing. Oh. Yeah, still, apparently I still go for the brutish ones, because Cassian?
Kale, Cass, and who's your Crescent City?
This is really hard.
You like the otter, don't
me.
you? You like the otter guy.
Huh?
You like the otter guy. Thessian?
No, I don't mind him. Like, but no, I think Hunt, to be honest.
I do love Hunt.
Yeah. But Rune is Rune.
Yeah.
Like, oh, I cannot wait until we can start, like, getting into all these other series and fully delve.
Yeah.
Well, so I guess we still have one more episode for Crown of Midnight, right? We're going to do our final little episode with our review.
Our thoughts, any theories, and getting pumped up for what's to come.
Cannot wait. So we're gonna leave it here with Selena being shipped out, Kale being shipped off.
Hold on, not Selena.
Dorian,
not Selena.
Stuck.
Aelin.
What?
Aelin.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to rewire my brain. because that's going to be hard for me to remember. Well, no, probably not, because if she's being recognized as Aelin throughout the book, I'll switch that pretty quick. But right now, it still feels like Selena.
Oh, now I can say it. Because I was so scared you were going to catch on earlier because you knew my D&D character was named Aelin. So I thought because of how I made my D&D character being a rogue who likes to kill people and steal things, I thought you were going to put 2 and 2 together and like, oh, it sounds like Selena.
Yeah, but see, the thing with that, especially with D&D characters, is, you know, you can loosely base it off of somebody, but like, as far as I knew, that was just whatever character you wanted to play. Maybe Aelin was a lot like Selena. So I didn't question it because I don't think critically.
Yeah. It's a good thing that when we started our D&D campaign, our DM didn't get us to go through and talk about our backstory. Because I fully would have been like, oh, used to go by Selena Sardathian. Like,
yep. And then, yep, this
rose to power,
been...
the world went to shit, now we're fighting dragons as Aelin. I did have, like, something along those lines written out in my character descriptions, and then he's like, alright, we're gonna start at level 5, you guys all know each other, let's go, and I'm like, okay.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think that's it for this week's episode. Next week, we'll do our review, and then we get into the Assassin's Blade. So exciting.
And with that, our Coven summoning comes to a close. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button on Spotify or Apple Podcasts.
And follow Caffeine and Conjuring on Instagram and TikTok to stay up to date on our journey through Throne of Glass.
Which is